Episode 1. Why some people save for years and still never build wealth. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met someone who has been working for 20 or 30 years, earning steady income, saving faithfully, avoiding reckless spending, and yet somehow they are still not financially free? They are responsible. They are disciplined. They are not careless. And yet they are not wealthy. Why? Let us explore this carefully. Picture two individuals. Both graduate the same year. Both get similar salaries. Both decide they will be financially responsible adults. The first person believes the safest strategy is to save as much as possible. Every month money goes into a savings account. He avoids risk. He avoids investment. He avoids studying financial growth. His focus is protection. The second person also saves. She builds an emergency fund first. She values stability. But once that foundation is secure, she begins learning. She reads about investing. She studies how businesses create cash flow. She learns about assets that appreciate over time. She does not gamble. She does not act impulsively. She simply applies small, consistent steps. Now imagine 15 years passing. The first person has a respectable savings account. It looks safe. It feels secure. The second person has diversified investments, income-producing assets, and money that generates more money. Both were disciplined. Only one multiplied. This is where misunderstanding begins. Saving creates protection. Multiplication creates expansion. Protection prevents crisis. Expansion creates freedom. And protection without expansion eventually becomes limitation. Now let us talk about something simple. If you plant a tree seed and then dig it up every week to make sure it is safe, it will never grow. If you lock the seed in a safe forever, it will also never grow. Growth requires placement. Growth requires patience. Growth requires movement. Money behaves similarly. Let us anchor this in Scripture briefly. In the Gospel of Matthew chapter 25, Jesus shares the parable of the talents. A master entrusts money to 3 servants before leaving. 1 multiplies 5. 1 multiplies 2. 1 buries 1. The buried servant explains that he was afraid. Afraid of loss. Afraid of failure. Afraid of risk. So he chose safety. But safety without productivity was not praised. The problem was not loss. The problem was inactivity. Now bring this into everyday life. What does burying money look like in modern terms? It looks like leaving all funds idle for decades. It looks like refusing to learn how money grows. It looks like believing that avoiding all risk equals wisdom. But here is the reality. Avoiding all risk is not wisdom. It is stagnation. Let us talk about inflation in very simple terms. If you saved $10,000 20 years ago and left it untouched in a low-interest account, that same $10,000 today does not buy the same goods, services, or lifestyle. The number remained. The value shrank. Money that does not grow slowly weakens. Now consider a farmer again. If he eats every seed, he eliminates his future. If he stores every seed permanently, he limits his future. If he plants wisely, he expands his future. Notice the balance. Some seeds are for eating. Some seeds are for storing. Some seeds are for planting. Financial wisdom follows the same pattern. Some money is for living. Some money is for emergency protection. Some money is for multiplication. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 speaks about investing in multiple ventures because uncertainty exists. That is diversification. That's strategic thinking written thousands of years ago. Now let us talk about something deeper. Income is not wealth. If your entire financial life depends on your ability to show up to work tomorrow, you have income, but you do not yet have financial independence. Wealth begins when your assets generate income beyond your direct labor. This could be dividend income. This could be rental income. This could be business profits. This could be scalable digital products. This could be intellectual property. This could be investments that compound over time. Wealth creates options. Options create flexibility. Flexibility creates peace. Now let us explore mindset. Many people subconsciously believe that wealth building is risky, complex, or reserved for special people. But most long-term wealth is built quietly through habits. Consistent saving, consistent investing, continuous learning, long-term patience, controlled lifestyle growth. Lifestyle inflation is another hidden trap. As income rises, spending rises at the same speed. The result? No real progress. You earn more. You spend more. You save a little. You repeat the cycle. True wealth builders increase income, but do not increase lifestyle at the same speed. They widen the gap between earnings and spending. They direct that gap into productive assets. Genesis introduces the principle of multiplication. Be fruitful and multiply. Multiplication is a design principle. Seeds multiply. Ideas multiply. Skills multiply. Capital multiplies when placed correctly. Multiplication is not greed. Greed is obsession. Greed is identity attachment. Greed is hoarding without purpose. Multiplication is stewardship. Multiplication is responsibility. Multiplication is using resources wisely. Now imagine two families again. Family. A saves faithfully in a low-yield environment for 25 years. Family B saves responsibly, but also invests consistently in diversified long-term assets. After 25 years, the gap between them may be dramatic. Not because one worked harder, but because one allowed compounding to work. Compounding is quiet. Compounding is patient. Compounding is powerful. Now let us return to fear. The servant who buried his talents said he was afraid. Fear freezes growth. But wisdom is not the absence of fear. Wisdom is informed action despite uncertainty. That is why financial education is essential. The more you understand how money works, the less fear controls you. Let us break down a clear roadmap. Step 1. Build emergency protection. Step 2. Remove destructive debt. Step 3. Increase financial literacy. Step 4. Start small but start consistently. Step 5. Diversify wisely. Step 6. Create additional income streams over time. Step 7. Give intentionally to maintain perspective. Proverbs speaks about leaving an inheritance to future generations. That requires systems. That requires growth. That requires multiplication. Saving alone may preserve you, but multiplication positions you. Positions you for opportunity. Positions you for impact. Positions you for freedom. Ask yourself honestly, are you only preserving, or are you building? Are you only earning, or are you multiplying? Are you only reacting, or are you planning strategically? Wealth is rarely built through dramatic moments. It is built through disciplined repetition, small investments, consistent contributions, long-term patience. And remember this, true wealth is not only financial, it includes peace. It includes freedom from anxiety. It includes the ability to give. It includes the ability to choose your time. Saving is wise, but saving alone is incomplete. Combine protection with multiplication. Combine discipline with strategy. Combine knowledge with action. And you will see a very different financial future. If this message brought clarity or challenged your thinking, make sure you subscribe or follow for more in this Christian Financial Wisdom series. Share this with someone who needs to think differently about money. We are building wisdom here, one principle at a time.